Hi, I'm Lydia and I Sew Things. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I started this series called The Super Basics to Sewing, and this is the third video. I'm going to discuss just a few more sewing supplies that you do need when you're sewing. I did feel that the internet was lacking a lot of very basic information for newbies and people that just want to learn how to use their sewing machine. It's funny because I started this channel making just some videos about, sewing a cute shirt or sewing a cute dress or whatever. And a lot of people just commented and told me that, hey, I have a machine, but I'm so intimidated by it. It just sits in the closet and I don't know how to use it. So that's where this series was born. So if you're new, welcome. I want to try to make sewing as accessible as possible. So we're going to go very slow, and if you're a little more advanced or you catch on a little more quickly, you can feel free to skip ahead. But I'm here for you, and I'm very excited for us to learn together. So in this video, I'm also basically going to cover a few sewing supplies that are very important, such as these seam rippers. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start with talking about some measuring tools. I am going to talk about measuring tools, as you do need some very basic measuring supplies and pins and actually a seam ripper. So let me go ahead and go over that. So there are a lot of measuring supplies out there, but I'll tell you that what I can't live without when I'm sewing is just a basic tape measure. There are so many tape measures out there, okay? But the best one you can get is from Wawak, because it has all the fractions listed right there for you. So when you're measuring something, it makes it super easy to get the precise measurements. So for a long time in fashion school, I used this, and I always had to count all the little increments on there, and they're 1/16 of an inch, so it becomes a pain. But yeah, this is the best measuring tape you can buy. And they're usually on sale for like $1 at Wawak. In fact, I went ahead and checked the pricing today. It's regularly $1.99 and it's on sale right now for 98 cents. And it comes in black too with white letters. So I might actually go on there and get a couple, but I do have a couple all over the house. So because this is a super basics, I just wanted to show you, if you have any other tapes at home that you can use, that's fine. I have these that go in my knitting bag. You can definitely use this to measure things as well. Yeah, so don't sweat it, but definitely try to get one of these. This is the best, and this is definitely a must-have in your sewing basket. Okay, so the next thing I definitely recommend is having a seam gauge. This one's the one that I just have by my sewing machine. I have it by my sewing machine. I have a few extras. This one's also a little point turner. I honestly don't really use that one that much, but I like having the extras just in case. Wawak also, I keep mentioning Wawak. I am not sponsored by Wawak. Wawak, if you're watching. But they are an American-based company, and they always have a person that answers the phone in the United States. They have the best service, hands down, the best service. You can buy thread, you can buy interfacing, pins, rulers, all the dressmaker rulers. I mean, they have everything. They just don't have like fabric. But Notions, that's my go-to place. Okay, so the next thing is pins. I have tons of pins. I used to go to Joann's and use my coupon so that I always would have them on hand. And I keep pins way longer than I should. Like, I should throw a lot of these away. Once they get bent, you should be safe. Don't do what I do. Okay, so these are my favorite. These are the ones I use the most. And I have them in a little pin cushion here. They're quilting pens. But for me, they have worked on a lot of the majority of my projects. And if you're just starting out, something basic like that is fine. These ones are dressmaker pins, and they don't have a little head on them. They're just basic pins. And these can melt under an iron, but you don't really need to worry about that right now, because they make glass head pins too that are special for that. And if you're using dressmaker pins, then you should be, you know, that, like I said, you don't have to worry about things melting. But these are the best. These are the best, the most basic little pins. So if you're gonna go to Wawak and shop for stuff, this is something you can put in your cart. They have all of this. Buy like 3 or 5 of those. I also touched on quilting rulers. This is an option, and if that's all you have, then hey, when you know we're doing stuff with fabric, we can use this. My other must-have, you don't need this for just regular sewing, but over the years, I have found that I use this ruler a lot. This one's by Dritz, and it is 1/8 of an inch ruler, and it has a 1/2 inch at the top. And when you're tracing patterns or pattern making, it makes it really easy to do your seam allowance, and you can see the pattern you're working with underneath because it's see-through. This is one of my must-have items. And I'm talking about these because these are really, over the years, this is what I've used the most and what I reach for the most. I have this little Westcott one. It's also 1/8 of an inch, and the edging here is actually the 1/16 of an inch. I bought this for my art class, but I find myself grabbing it a lot for checking my gauge and my seam allowances because it's just handy, and it's small, and it works perfect for that. But you can use the Wawak this tape for that. I mean, that works just fine. And this one, if your auntie or your neighbor has this that you can borrow, this will work just fine. Oh, and then the other thing you definitely need, this is at the top of the list. It's a seam ripper. It's a seam ripper. Usually your sewing machine will come with a seam ripper, and the Singer that I have that's in all the videos is this. It comes with this one, and I honestly didn't realize it was a seam ripper until I opened it because it has this little thing. You know, we can brush and clean lint off of where the bobbin casing is. But this will work just fine. This will work just fine because you're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up a lot. This one is my absolute favorite, ride or die. I like it to have more of a narrow little head. This one has the same shape. It's just missing the little stopper there. I'm trying to get this to focus. There you go. Okay. I wish I had gotten another one before Joann's closed because that is my absolute favorite. I have this other one, but I don't like it because look at it. It is bigger, and it's actually harder to get into some of the things that I seam rip. But if this is all you can find, it'll work just fine. It'll work just fine. But this one's my favorite. Okay, so that covers our super basic supplies, and I like to keep them in a little basket near my sewing machine. I have my pins and a little, I have the measuring tapes all over the house. It's good to have extra of these if you can. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to comment if you have any questions. Let me know what kind of sewing machine you have. Please subscribe to my channel if I find my information helpful. It does help me grow, and I will teach you how to sew a straight stitch in the next video. Bye.